Kellogg. Looking at the last game for the Orlando Magic, it was a win against the Orlando. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. Stoudemire out there with Smith. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Smith in at the pivot, manning the middle. The shot's good from Stoudemire.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake. Iman Shumpert, an aggressive perimeter defender with lockdown potential. Still very foul prone early in his career, but he's got a chance to be elite defensively as he continues to grow.
And that one's good.
Jones!
Orlando on D. It's a three-point game. Calderon kicks to Shumpert. Calderon dishes to Stoudemire. Back to Calderon. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Now let's find out what head coach Derek Fisher had to say to DB. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he's certainly mindful of the shot-blocking presence they'll run up against inside. But he doesn't want them shying away offensively. If anything, he said, we've got to be aggressive, but also patient. If we can be deceptive in the way we attack, and there are ways to do that, we can be successful inside. Guys, let's see how successful they can be.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And dealing with the sort of defense they're facing is not an easy challenge.
No, but they've got a few weapons of their own that they can counter with, so it's not exactly a one-sided battle.
Maybe so, Steve, but those weapons are still going to have to perform at a really high level for them to have a chance to be successful.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Payton drives in to the inside. Inside, it's tipped. Here's Vucevic. And it's going to be two free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Nikola Vucevic has a basketball pedigree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. His father played professionally in Europe for more than 2 decades, including for the Yugoslavian national team. His mother was a player as well. So you might say his DNA was set up to play the game.
The Magic shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And for the season, guys, they're about 73% from the line, so kind of a mediocre shooting club.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Shumpert against Jones. 6 on the shot clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Vucevic, a growing celebrity in his native Montenegro, building on his family's basketball legacy.
Yeah, Vucevic, perhaps not a household name yet in the United States, but the way he's begun his career, that may not be the case for long.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against Miami.
And I thought the key was their ability to stretch the defense. They got hot from behind that three-point line, and that really gave them the margin they needed.
Yeah, that's right. It opened up things for them in a huge way. The defense was never able to get comfortable.
Stoudemire outside. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Back to Calderon. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Nice shot by Smith.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Orlando with the ball. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
Remember in that last matchup, they really snuck out a win, a close game, and it came down to a few mistakes at the end. But forcing turnovers, I thought was the difference.
This is a team that's focused, completely locked into the task at hand. What an impressive start to this game.
Calderon against Payton. Calderon passes to Smith. Back to Calderon. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Smith. Fades. It's holding by Fry. I don't think they're counting on turnovers to pull this one off.
You'd like to have them if you can get them, Kevin. You can play aggressively. You try to get into the passing lanes, but an aggressive play is a two-way street. If you don't settle down, your mistakes could be your own.
Calderon with it. Now Payton defending. Fires the three. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. And now a look at the point guards who have been taking matters into their own hands this past month. These are the top scorers at their position. Well, you look at Jones, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And you just can't say enough about the value of a player like him who can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
Yeah, you know, you're right. For him to be providing the individual scoring he has, as well as keeping all his teammates so involved in the offense, that's a hard job, and it's an ideal combination for a point guard.
Here's Shumpert. Shot is blocked. Here's Stoudemire. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, that's a bad miss right there. I mean, you'd like to see him be a little more assertive when he has such good position.
Jones drives in. Soft touch off the glass. Jones has got 8.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Stoudemire kicks to Smith. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Well, J.R. Smith, a guy who can take your breath away with his talent one moment and then exasperate you the next. Unbelievable talent, but he can be erratic offensively, especially with his shot selection.
From the line, Payton can't get it to go.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
Shumpert with it. Now Payton defending. Calderon against Vucevic. Shumpert gets a wide open look. He nails it, and we're tied up. Shumpert's got 5 now.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
We've got a moment now to see how the Magic are doing in the NBA rankings right now. 7th in blocks, 11th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in challenging those shots. The opponent field goal percentage, top half of the league. Not bad.
And this is a team that really relies on those blocks that you talked about, Clark, because when they're at their best, they're really challenging every shot. They cover up, they close out on jump shooters, and if you penetrate and get to the rim, they've got a host of shot blockers there waiting for you.
Smith dishes to Calderon. And it's Shumpert again, missing.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
And let's take a look now at Iman Shumpert's numbers. His last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. I mean, we're finding his name in a lot of different columns in their box scores.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas.
Harkless is checked in for Channing Frye. The Magic making a switch here. Gordon's checked in, and a switch here also for New York. Hardaway's checked in for Iman Shumpert.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Outside, Jones. They need this. Good as the jump shot falls. Jones has got 10 points.
Not much going wrong for him early here. Only 1 miss on his first 6 shots.
Here's Prigioni, defended by Jones. And Prigioni kicks to Smith. Lets it go from deep. The shot no good. And Orlando the other way now. Harkless with it. He had 10 points in the win against the Wizards in Washington. And the basket by Jones.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Knicks trail by 3. Here's Prigioni. 14 points from him the last game against the Heat in Miami. To the middle. Here's Hardaway. There's the block. Right side, Gordon. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 5-point Magic lead.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Here's Prigioni, averaging 8 points a game. Dalembert lays it up and banks it in. Dallenberg's got his first points of the night.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well. He made 7 out of 8 shots so far here in the first quarter, so exploding out of the gates.
Brihione passes to Smith. The pass to Stoudemire. It's stolen by Harris. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Here's Brihione. Stoudemire goes in, and he goes in for the dunk.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end. Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Smith dishes to Brihione. Back to Smith. Pass to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the 5-time All-Star point guard, was taken with the 24th pick in last year's draft and really proved to be a pleasant surprise.
Too many turnovers.
It's more than any other rookie. Wouldn't you say, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I agree. I thought he was terrific. He shot the ball well in every facet. He ran the...
Oladipo and Harkless at the 2 and the 3. Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. And it's Jones in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. And Shumpert kicks to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Goes up to the stripe. Orlando grabs the miss. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, Derek Fisher going straight from his playing to his new job as the Knicks head coach. He brushed aside questions about his lack of experience, saying, basketball is a game that I'm experienced in playing, understanding, leading in, and helping achieve the greatest gift in the world as an athlete, and that's being a champion. Not bad, guys.
No lack of confidence. He understands winning, Doris. Thanks. Now Jones. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Tries from 10. Gordon trying to break loose. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And his stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Calderon passes to Smith. Oh, that's blocked. Oladipo against Smith. The lead pushed to double digits. And it's a 10-point Orlando lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
And you know, another thing, Steve, they've really done well tonight is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
Calderon has the open look. That 3 off the mark.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Feeds it to Smith. It's stolen by Vucevic. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Harkless, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Calderon dishes to Smith. Shumpert up top. And here's Smith. 17 points for him last game against the Heat in Miami.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing, too. And his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him.
Jones in the post, working on Smith. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. 5th on the list, the Magic.
It's due to better shot selection lately, Kevin. They're taking their time to make sure the shots they take go in. Really good self-discipline there. Talk about a terrific game for Jones. 19 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at New York. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Magic, 9 games back.
Looking at the Knicks, unfortunately, mediocre is a word we've often heard used to describe their overall performance this season.
Yeah, I expected them to be a few rungs up the ladder from where they are. That drive, that motivation has been sorely lacking. You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
And the layup is good. Jones has got 21 in the game.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless. New York Knicks were ranked as the NBA's most valuable franchise recently, and with team values skyrocketing, the Knicks came in at around $1.5 billion. That's a B, billion.
Kicks it to Harkless. Pass to Gordon. And he gets it to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior.
Points in the paint.
Here's Calderon.
Well, Jose Calderon, a huge boost offensively at point guard. He's a terrific floor general. Tier marksman. In the NBA, we call those guys lasers. He can do it off the bounce or spotting up.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And he sinks the second. Here's Jones. He's got 21. Passes it to Vucevic. Knocks it loose. Oh, and here comes Calderon all alone. Drops in the breakaway layup. Calderon's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
That's the way you creep back into a game. Get those key stops, push it down the floor with your transition game.
He talked, Steve, about Calderon shooting. In his career, he's led the league in both free throw percentage and three-point percentage.
I guess the trade-off is defensively. I mean, he's solid, not spectacular, but his shooting is such a problem for defenses, and especially when you pair him with good players like Dallas did a year ago. Boy, he can really play and space that floor.
4 on the shot clock. That's good. 14 points for Smith.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And a moment here to look at some numbers for Oladipo. He's getting around 12 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. I'm sure he's happy with the way things have been going. Those are some nice, steady numbers.
Well, how could he be unhappy about him, Steve? I mean, he'd probably like to see just a little more of an uptick in him, just the same, but nothing to not be content about there.
Channing Frye's checked in for Orlando. And it's Smith penetrating. Tries again. It's hauled in by the Magic. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
And they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
1:37 left to play in the first half. And Jones over to help. Here's Calderon. New York moving it around. And Shumpert kicks to Calderon. That one wide left.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Here's Jones. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
A different look for New York. D'Alembert comes in for Jason Smith. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jose Calderon. Shumpert passes to Prigioni. Stoudemire with a screen on Jones. Smith with it, working on Fry. The drive by Smith. A shot by D'Alembert, no good.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Jones, no luck. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. New York, no good that time either.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Harkless, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Harkless has got 8.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Prigioni dishes to Shumpert. Here's Prigioni, defended by Jones. Smith outside. Stoudemire setting the pick for Smith. And again, unable to change momentum here. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Magic opening up a huge gap. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me. When I don't try to force it on offense, good things happen. That's why I've had success here early on. Yeah.
Slow and steady.
All right, listen up. Terrific job so far. The fans are into this game, and we're going to keep them there. You all get a huge pat on the back for the defense you're playing. Whatever approach they've used, we've stopped. Tremendous determination on D. Something we're doing well right now is spacing and shot selection. And we're shooting it pretty well. Getting open, getting looks, and making sure to make the pass when you don't see something. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. All right, guys, I know we got a healthy lead, but we cannot let up against this tougher team. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
And now
it's go time. Check in.
I'm on it.
There's 1:40 left to play in the third. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in their last matchup against the Wizards really lit it up on the floor. He had 52 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report. Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. He really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. I mean, his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of the load.
Here's Prigioni. Out to Shumpert. He feeds it to Dalembert. Here's Prigioni. Soft touch off the glass. Prigioni's got 10 points in the game.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Jones drives in. Unloads from 13. And that one's good. Jones has got 32 points in the game.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
And Prigioni kicks to Shumpert. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Hardaway against Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And blocked.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yep, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
On the basket by Jones.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Harkless with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Magic. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Magic running away with it. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Nicholson is the 4 with Vucevic at the 5. Jones is out there with Ben Gordon, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Shumpert, no good. Orlando's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And stolen by Outlaw. Jumps up. And then Shumpert slams it in. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw one.
Oh, man, that was just amazing.
Jones drives in. And he banks in the layup. Jones has got 36.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Shumpert passes to Outlaw. Back to Shumpert. There's the dish to Prigioni. Clock at 6. Right side Shumpert. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Shumpert's got 5 points in the quarter. Jones drives in, and the layup's good off the glass.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Out to the right wing. There's a screen. Outlaw dishes to AC. The feed to Prigioni. Steps back and shoots. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, a new award in the NBA starting 2 seasons ago, the Twyman Stokes.
That's the way to shoot the rock.
Jack Twyman and Maurice Stokes. Stokes, an NBA All-Star, and each of his. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Andrew Nicholson. Harris comes in for Evan Fournier. Oladipo, he's checked in for Willie Green. And it's Payton in for Luke Ridenour. Hardaway kicks to Calderon. Back to Hardaway. Out to the right wing. Shoots from the corner. Here's Dalembert. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
So for the Magic, Gordon comes in for Channing Frye. And Jones subbed in for Payton. And New York with a change here, too. Early's checked in.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Calderon with it. Jones covering. Here's Stoudemire, and off the glass. That one's good.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Orlando.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
Well, they've put themselves in the driver's seat as it applies to this season series. The win will give them a 2-1 edge with one game left.
And, you know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season.
The Beast. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
And Dalembert kicks to Calderon. Into Stoudemire. There's the pass to Early. The 19-foot shot misses off the right iron.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Here's Jones. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And that one falls for Jones. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so Jones nails both of them. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shumpert passes to Stoudemire. From 10 feet out, and he gets it to go. Eight seconds left in the fourth. It's Jones on the wing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, the Beast.
You know, life's a funny thing.
Whatever you say, boss.
A couple of months ago, I never even heard of you. A few weeks ago, I was certain you were a one-and-done guy. You know, have your cup of coffee in the bigs, and then disappear, never to be heard from again.
And now?
Now, well, now I'm going to tell you that I was wrong not to draft you, and I was silly to offer you only a 10-day contract, and you know, I was mistaken to think you were only here to have a cup of coffee.
So you saying what I think you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying we're offering you a guaranteed contract for the rest of the season.
Heck yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about right there. Thanks, you're not gonna regret this. I'm telling you, I'm gonna make this organization so proud.
Good. Listen, you got this opportunity because you've been working your tail off out there. You know, you keep doing what you're doing, and, you know, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You got it?
Yes, sir, I do.
Get out of here.
Thanks again.
Get out of here.
What's up with them?
They got traded
When?
today. That's the league, man. We cogs in the machine.
Dang, man, that's cold-blooded. Man, we sweat with them. We went to war with them. They just gonna throw them out like yesterday's news? That's it? I might as well say bye while I got a chance. Hey, hold up, y'all. Hey, man, I'm sorry to hear about that. Y'all keep your heads up, all right? Ball out.
I'm sure you've all heard we're going to have some new faces around here. We all know that change is part of the business. Your job is to make the new guys comfortable so that the transition on and off the court is seamless. We rise and fall as one.
Yo, I'm glad you're here. We're a tight group, so watch and learn. And when you feel comfortable, do your thing.
Hey, as long as I don't interfere with me doing my thing. I'm just playing, man.
Welcome to the film room, everybody. Coach wanted me to give you all a little breakdown on some of the key points of emphasis strategies we'll be using moving forward. As you know, the entire staff feels it's important to review the basics from time to time, giving everyone a better understanding of what coach is expecting when you're out on the floor. It's going to help the team win more games. Simple as that. Now let's get to it, gentlemen. Getting to the basket and playing physical on defense. So here we go. Now there are times when coach is going to want us to really focus on getting to the basket. We have some talented players on this team who are capable of getting to the rim just about any time because of their ball handling, speed, and ability to finish inside. When we run into a team that has weak perimeter defenders or is not very good at defending the rim, coach is going to want us to go strong to the hoop whenever possible. Now let's take a look at some game film showing how we can try and get to the rim for some easy baskets. Okay, up next, playing physical. We got some very physical players who like to use their bodies against weaker, smaller teams. We should be looking to take advantage of those size out our opponents over the course of the game. Now let's look at some film so you guys can see what playing physical on the defensive end looks like in action. Okay, that's going to do it for today. There's no excuse not to know what's expected of you when coach calls for either of these points of emphasis in a game. See you at practice.
You got it, Coach.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Pelicans make the trip in for this one. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Doris Burke courtside. And next to me, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr in the booth. The Magic again.
It's go time.
The Magic have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Evans and Davis are your small and power forwards. Jimmer Fredette is out there with Holiday, and it's Asik in at the 5, roaming the paint. Davis with the block, and they get it back.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he to be.
And Jones subbed in for the Magic.
Well, you have to give all the credit in the world to this young man. He fought his way onto the roster, and now he'll be signed with them the rest of the way.
You know, it's nerve-wracking to be on a 10-day contract, but he just kept his head down and worked and was rewarded with the contract.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Orlando's coach as he addressed his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through the beast. That may be a strategy that comes as a little bit of a surprise, but Coach is showing a lot of confidence in his ability to produce an outstanding effort today. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Thank you, Doris. And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in.
The Defensive Player of the Year award only came into fruition in the early 80s, but it's mostly been dominated by big men. You have to think at some point Anthony Davis is not only going to win it, but win it multiple times.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
On the basket by Jones. Fredette with it. He had 13 points in the win against Indiana.
And with Davis, it almost seems like a foregone conclusion for him. I mean, the way he is able to time shots up as a defender and shot blocker, man, in his prime, still a few years away, you got to think he's going to have a chance to win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Evans goes in, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And with Davis and the defensive accolades, it isn't just his ability to block shots. That is just the starting point. He changes so many more along the way. And that's what, to me, sticks out the most.
Yeah, it isn't just limited to blocking or altering shots. I mean, he knows how to use his reach and quickness to come up with a lot of steals as well. And really, I wouldn't be shocked if one day he didn't win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Tyreke Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot, has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
Jones drives in. Again, the miss by Jones. New Orleans leading by 6. Gordon with it. Guarded now by Harkless. Gordon, the pass to Salmons. Back to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot.
And Evans has worked diligently on his shooting. He had a bad habit of fading back on every jump shot early in his career, so he's tried to shoot with a more traditional motion.
And Evans over his career has bounced around a little bit position-wise. He played point guard at Memphis and coming into the NBA and then some small forward. What do you think his best position is?
I think he's one of those guys that probably is a playmaking small forward or 2 guard. He's got ball handling skills that allow him to make plays. He can score. He's strong. His wingspan allows him to play bigger than he is. But I think he's a playmaker 2 or 3.
Now here's Salmons. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. He kicks to Miller. Outside Gordon. And there's the feed to Salmons. 6 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Kevin, they've been playing with an awful lot of energy here, getting a lot of offensive rebounds. That's always an indicator of hustle and energy.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Anderson outside, beyond the arc. Here's Withey, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And now it's a 9-point New Orleans lead. Jones drives in the corner. It's Gordon. Orlando moving the ball around. Jones, no luck.
Now, normally that's a shot people make, but that's not really his bread and butter there.
Off the pick. Will not go. This is off the front iron. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Pelicans leading by 9. Gordon dishes to Miller. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first. That pushes it to double digits. Withey's got his second bucket tonight.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
So it's the Pelicans now. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And there's no question what the overriding factor was in that game, Clark. It was the big edge they had on the glass.
Well, the level of energy they had in the win, Steve, was what impressed me. I mean, it was lacking on the other side, and it really showed through the rebounding numbers.
Here's the teardrop. That is good.
Already they have 8 second chance points here in the first quarter.
The Magic trail by 11. Jones drives in, and Vucevic kicks to Jones. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Jones has got 8 points.
Hasn't been able to get it going offensively. It's been a slow start for him.
New Orleans has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Anderson is screen on Jones. Gordon kicks to Anderson. On the wing, Miller. Pass to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Right side, Gordon. It's good on the putback. Miller's got his first bucket in this one.
They keep going down low with the ball, and it results in points. They're having their way in the paint.
And it's resulted in a big early lead, too.
Tune in next Sunday, February 22nd. Michael Carter Williams and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter. Going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Fry. Gordon comes in for Maurice Harkless. Jones checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Payton. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Withey's checked in for Asher. Davis comes in for Ryan Anderson. John Salmons, he's checked in for Miller. And it's Fredette in for Drew Holiday. Jones, he's in at shooting guard. Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. Ryan Roberts out there with Gordon. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. For New Orleans, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And the second free throw, good.
Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer sheet. This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Fredette gets the bucket.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
The Magic trail by 6. Roberts passes to Jones. It's stolen by Salmons. And here comes Fredette, leading the fast break. Pulls up. Gordon with another miss. When you talk about the Pelican mascot, Steve, wingspan, a term that definitely applies to this team and the young Anthony Davis.
Yeah, it's a great name. You know, Davis was last year's leading shot blocker to go with 20 points and 10 boards a game. I mean, this guy is a potential superstar and obviously the key for this club moving forward.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Gordon dishes to Jones. Puts up a 3. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know, rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable. They're doing a nice job collectively.
Now the dish to Jones. Baseline try. That's good on the jump shot. Jones has got 5 points now this quarter. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against New York.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Gordon kicks to Roberts. Jones drives in. A floater, and he gets it to go. Jones has got 15.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Gordon, the pass to Salmons. Gordon against Jones, and it's Gordon missing.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Jones drives in.
A chance to check out some stats for Anthony Davis. He's been just lighting it up recently. His stats speak for themselves. He's getting around 20 points per game, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. The points have been coming for him at a prodigious rate, and that's exactly what they depend on, his scoring ability and his drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve, someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability.
Fredette dishes to Gordon. The three-pointer is right on target. Gordon's got 4 this quarter.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Here's Jones, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one's on Eric Gordon.
And with a quick chance here, let's take a look now at some of the numbers for Anthony Davis. 3rd in blocks, and he's been a real force near the hoop, using that anticipation and strength to work his way into the top 5 in the league in rebounding.
And you address this spot as one of the leaders in average blocks per game, Steve. And I tell you what, that makes a huge difference on the team's defense. When you got a shot blocker in there, it can change things for you.
Here's Gordon. Got it. Good job in the low post. Gordon's got 9.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Jones drives in. Pelicans with the rebound. Fredette's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Now the pass to Davis. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Another one falls for New Orleans.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Picked by Vucevic, and Roberts kicks to Jones. And it's wide right, hits off the rim.
Yeah, no excuses there.
I was in town with another one of my clients, Dante Exum, and had to see if the rumors were true. Guess they are. New digs. Look who's moving up in this world. I'm sure you already know Dante, the biggest player to come out of Australia since ever. He can run the point, move over to the 2-guard, whatever anybody needs. He's about to take the league by storm.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And this is the man I was telling you about, Dante. Destined to be the biggest undrafted success in the history of the league. Ballin', making money, going places.
Maybe, but he's gonna have to go through me to get there.
Ha! Boy, you acting like that's a challenge.
Take it however you want. You see what I mean on the court.
Fellas, let's keep it cordial. We're all in the same money-making family here.